Good morning, Matt Holte with Rocky Mountain CIMT 2. Today is day one on the fire for us. We took over for Rocky Mountain Team 1 this morning at 0700. We are going to talk about both the gold and the elk fires we have going on here in Gunnison, Colorado. We will talk about the gold fire first and then move into the elk fire. Currently, the gold fire is 39,532 acres and 90% contained. I'm going to go around the map, explain what we've got going on. Down here in Division Alpha Delta, it is unstaffed, but everything is really wrapped up in there. We're done with structure repair. We're done with all the pulling the berms back from the dozers and the heavy equipment working in there. So we've really wrapped that up and it's looking really good right now. Moving up into Foxtrot, we had a little bit of heat over here yesterday, which we utilized aviation resources and a hand crew and put that to bed. And same thing on Division Foxtrot. The structure repair is done and it's moved to really just repairing the roads, using the road graders to get all that touched up as we're leaving. We're tracking out equipment and really tearing that stuff up. So we're trying to repair that on our way out. Moving up into Division Hotel Kilo, same story there, wrapped up with all the repair, tracking equipment out, and that is turned into a road grading, road repair show as well. The one change you will see from Foxtrot Hotel and Kilo tomorrow is we have combined these three divisions, so it will be Foxtrot Hotel Kilo all together tomorrow. Moving up into Papa Romeo, really the same thing up here in Papa. All the structure or suppression repair and road grading is really wrapped up. We're about done with it. A little bit left to do, and then we'll start the same thing, moving the equipment out of there and kind of wrapping that up. Moving into Romeo, the Romeo side, we do have a little bit of heat. As you can see, we're calling this the Mohawk. There's a little bit of heat in there, and we're working to develop a plan to see how we can just close that off so it doesn't present problems later. Also down here in the middle and West Fork, we're calling this the Forks, looking at how to button this north piece up, just kind of put a bow on that north end of that heat right there, and be done with that. Moving into uniform is completely finished. They should have all the equipment out of there by the end of shift today. And then finally moving down into Division Zulu. That's unstaffed as it has been for the last couple of team rotations. Just due to the ground that it's in, it's very difficult to work, and it has not moved or really done anything for quite a while now, so it's contained. All right, moving over into the elk fire. Currently on the elk fire, we're showing 6,760 acres and 36% contained. I'm going to start up here in Alpha X-ray, starting with X-ray. This is all looking really good. It's very secure up here where we're showing the black for containment. The one thing that we're really working on in X-ray and Alpha is there's some structures right here close to drop point 28. And what we're doing there is, yesterday we had some aviation in there with a module, and they were working on getting the fire, and it wasn't super active, but they were working on getting the fire away from those structures just to kind of wrap that up and keep those protected and make it just so we don't have to worry about them anymore. And then really as you come down, this is all looking really good. There are some stringers of timber that do come down towards the 149 corridor, but those should not, they get into really light fuels the lower they get into real rocky. It shouldn't make too much of a problem for us, and we should be able to pick that up fairly easy if it should get into that. With the anticipated weather, we're not anticipating seeing a whole lot of movement there. Moving down into Gulf, the pipeline operation, protecting that. There's a pipeline that runs down into the lakes over here. That went very well. That is secure. We do have a couple resources up there keeping an eye on it, running the sprinkler systems, running the pumps. for probably another day or so, just to make sure that that is very secure. We are also looking at options, same thing as over there on the Gulf, but we're looking at options to go direct, pick this up, and just kind of steer it back the other direction away from Lake City. And we'll see, we're developing that plan today and probably a little bit tomorrow, but they're starting to work on that. Moving into the structure group, we have 4 task force in the structure group. The first one is patrolling the 149 corridor, just kind of watching this stuff coming down. And then we've got 3 task force in Lake City proper in the different subdivisions that are over there. Just developing the plan, staging equipment and supplies. So if we do have to implement a structure protection plan, everything is ready to go and we can get that set up really fast. We're really trying to not impact the homeowners there by having it set up and running pumps and hoses and all that stuff through their yard. So we're staging the supplies in strategic locations so we can get it set up very quickly. We also do have a contingency division, and they are working here outside on the east side of 149. And just on the off chance that we do get some of that long range spotting and the drier weather that we've been seeing and the rainy weather does not develop, he's looking for options out here to where we can pick it up if it crosses the highway. One thing I haven't mentioned is our night shift. We're going to keep the night shift in place for a while. They are going to be patrolling overnight, keeping an eye on these structures, keeping an eye on Lake City, and if stuff is starting to move down, they'll be keeping an eye on that as well. Thank you. Have a good day.